Welcome to Life as a Sigma INFJ. Whether you are one or trying to better understand a distinguished soul in your life, this video is for you. INFJs are known for being the rarest personality type, introspective, intuitive, and highly empathetic. But within that already rare group exists an even more independent and enigmatic personality. The Sigma INFJ. They aren't just rare, they're different. They stand apart, not just from society, but often from other INFJs as well. They follow their own rules, avoid labels, and choose solitude not out of fear, but out of strength. They operate outside of traditional social hierarchies. They're detached from external validation, uninterested in attention, and impossible to mold. And one of their most defining characteristics? They're unreadable. Not because they don't know who they are, but because they know exactly who deserves to see it. This video breaks down why being unreadable is not a weakness. It's a conscious, empowered way to protect energy, preserve depth, and maintain clarity in a chaotic world. Part 1. What unreadability really means. Unreadability is often misunderstood. It doesn't mean someone is cold, arrogant, or detached. For Sigma INFJs, it means being selective about their emotions, their time, and their energy. They don't feel the need to explain themselves to people who won't understand them. They've learned that visibility often invites misjudgment. And for them, being seen too quickly is risky. People who value clarity at all costs often mistake this restraint for dishonesty or aloofness. But in reality, Sigma INFJs are being clear, just not in the way most people are used to. Their emotional world is not on display, it's protected. And that unreadability helps them maintain autonomy in a world that constantly demands access. Part 2. Emotional pattern recognition. Sigma INFJs are emotionally intelligent. They notice what others overlook: inconsistencies, shifts in tone, hidden tension, microexpressions. They're experts at reading other people, but rarely allow others to read them. This ability isn't random, it's learned. Often through trial, error, and emotional pain. Many Sigma INFJs have been misunderstood in the past, either idealized for their empathy or punished for their depth. So they began to filter, not to manipulate, but to protect. Unreadability gives them space to observe. It allows them to process without pressure. It creates a buffer between their sensitivity and the unpredictability of social dynamics. In this way, unreadability isn't passive. It's active control over who gets to influence their emotional world. Part 3. The function of emotional armor. Being unreadable is emotional armor. But it's not the same as emotional avoidance. Sigma INFJs are capable of deep, meaningful emotional experiences. But they've learned that vulnerability in the wrong environment leads to emotional fatigue, exploitation, or regret. So they don't broadcast their inner world. They don't perform authenticity. They live it, quietly. They aren't performing mystery. They're creating space. Space to breathe, to think, to feel, without intrusion. Unreadability also protects them from being misused. People can't twist what they don't understand. And for Sigma INFJs, that control over interpretation is essential. They don't need to be known by everyone, only by the ones who genuinely respect the boundaries they've set. Part 4. Misinterpretations in relationships. In personal relationships, unreadability often becomes a point of tension. Partners or friends might feel shut out. They might misinterpret silence as indifference or distance as coldness. But for Sigma INFJs, connection doesn't look like constant disclosure. It looks like presence, intuition, and respect. They won't open up easily, not because they don't care, but because opening up has to feel earned. They look for depth, not demand. They want to feel emotionally safe before being emotionally exposed. When trust is built, they share more, but never all at once. Unreadability in relationships isn't rejection, it's emotional pacing. A way to ensure that the connection is genuine and not just based on curiosity or control. Part 5. Living in a loud world. In today's world where everyone is encouraged to be loud, open, and constantly online, unreadability is almost an act of rebellion. Sigma INFJs refuse to overshare. They don't join trends to fit in. They don't offer their life story to strangers, and for that, they're often misunderstood. Some people think they're hiding, but what they're actually doing is choosing depth over exposure, intention over reaction, meaning over noise. They are perfectly capable of engaging. They just prefer not to unless it truly matters. And ironically, this quiet detachment gives them power, not over others, but over their own life. They stay focused, centered, grounded in who they are, even when the world demands performance. Conclusion: the power of mystery. Unreadability is not a defense mechanism, it's a conscious strength. For Sigma INFJs, mystery isn't a game, it's protection. Not from intimacy, but from interruption. Not from emotion, but from misuse. They know who they are. They don't need to explain it to be real. Their silence isn't emptiness, it's intentional. Their calm isn't cold, it's deliberate. And when the right person comes along, someone who takes the time to observe, listen, and honor their pace, they discover something rare. Someone deep, loyal, steady, and worth the effort. So let them be unreadable. That's not a flaw. It's armor, and it fits them perfectly.